Welcome to Love Your Midlife. We are starting something new. It is a midlife makeover 30-day challenge. And we are going to talk about body image because it is huge for midlife women. So whether you have a good body image or a not good body image, maybe it's lacking there, what we're going to do over the next 30 days will reconnect you to your body either way. And it'll feel wonderful. It'll feel fabulous. So for the next 30 days, we will have a short video every day. I promise it'll be short, 5 minutes or less, which I know I'm a talker, but I promise that. We'll have a short challenge, and then we'll have positive affirmations or a short meditation to help us start shifting and moving into a more positive mindset about our body image. So comment down below and like the video and make sure that you subscribe and come back tomorrow because this is a 30-day body image and I think you are going to love it. So listen, this is a big deal for women our age. I read that 80% of women 50 and older said their weight and shape and how they felt about their body was a huge factor in their self-esteem. That's big stuff, right? Then there was another study in 2018 that said 88% of the women 55 and older were not satisfied with their body at all and didn't feel like they would ever be satisfied. That makes me so sad. And so I actually went through this. I had a very poor body image. And I think that this is something that I would love to share it with you. And I hope maybe this is something that might help you. There really wasn't anything for me. I had to kind of stumble and fumble through it. And I really didn't understand it. And actually for years, I didn't even know I had a poor image of my body. I just started going through this, just a few years ago. So I always like to go back and define things. So what is body image? There's actually 3 parts to it. The first part of body image is really the visual part of it. It's when you look in the mirror and you're in complete disgust or you're like, wow, I like what I see. It could be a picture of yourself too. With these iPhones and everything, we're constantly doing pictures. And I don't know about you, but when somebody FaceTimes me, I look horrible. I look like I could be in a horror movie. I told my kids, I was like, I don't know if you should FaceTime me anymore. I really, it makes me sad the rest of the day. I'm like, how can I possibly look that bad? But what is it about FaceTime? I don't know. Does it distort our face? Because I don't know about you. Anyway, I'm not a big fan. Okay, second part of it is mental, right? Probably the biggest part of our body image is our mindset and what we have going on up here, right? What we're thinking. So it's what you believe about your appearance. And it could be true or it could be not true, but it's what you believe and it's part of your story, right? At some time in your life that became part of your story. The third part of body image is the emotional part of it. How do you feel? How do you feel about your weight? How do you feel about the way you look? How do you feel about your hair, right? It's going to evoke emotions for sure. So I think the most important part of changing where we are with our body image is kind of where we are with our the mental part of it. So that really leads directly back to self-worth, self-esteem, self-concept. And they are directly tied to your body image. How could they not be, right? So your self-worth is who you are, and what you are is valuable and worthy. So your self-worth is knowing who you are and that who you are is valuable and worthy. That is huge. You are valuable and you are worthy, but you need to believe it, right? Knowing who you are is knowing who your identity is and your values and what your purpose is in the world. It's kind of what we hang on to every day, right? We don't want our identity to be wrapped up on our body. So at our age, our body's going to constantly change. So if your identity is really embedded in, oh, I'm so small, I love the way I look, blah, 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 and then you hit 70 and all of a sudden you've got an big old belly or something like that, it can really discourage you. So we don't want to have our self-worth wrapped around the way we look. We don't want to have our identity embedded into our appearance. It's just not going to work in the long term. So you could take a deeper dive into your story and your beliefs, and you could have take the time to create a greater awareness of what your thoughts are about your body image, good and bad. It's always good to do both. They can't all be bad, right? Many of the negative thoughts that we have today are really a carryover from when we were a child, or maybe while we were growing up. Maybe your parents made comments about your body, or maybe your mom said, are you going to eat that? Really? Maybe it was a friend, and I have met plenty of women that were bullied in school and comments were made there. So that stays with us and we kind of grow up with that, and that kind of becomes part of our story. And sometimes we're able to shift out of that and sometimes we're not. And then on top of that, we have social media, which I think we all have a love-hate relationship with, right? And, when my kids were telling me, oh, so-and-so alters all of her pictures, I was just like, are you kidding? How are we supposed to compete with that when you can just go in there and make yourself look 10 pounds thinner or make these look bigger or smaller, whatever. Anyway, apparently you can do all that. I didn't really grow up in that in my life. What you see was what you got back in the 60s and 70s. But anyway, that's another thing that kind of wears on us a little bit, is that we've got to look at these bodies that are, to a lot of people and to our culture, they're kind of perfect. So that doesn't help very much. But there is good news. We're never ever going to be able to get rid of some of this stuff from our past, and we're never going to totally get rid of some of the thoughts that we have. It's like fear and anger, right? You don't want to get rid of them. They actually bring value to your life. It's just you want to manage them. So I suggest you turn up the voice of positivity around your body. I suggest that you turn that up and turn down the voice in your head that is, you're not enough. You look terrible. You need to lose 20 pounds. And that really creates havoc on your self-esteem. What if you did that? How would that change things in your life? Next time you look in the mirror, whether you see something you like or something you don't like, don't let it define you. Just go, that's not going to define me. How many times have we seen a woman walk into a room, wasn't necessarily the most attractive, maybe wasn't the best dressed, but she owned the room. Why? Because she leaned into her self-confidence. She leaned into her self-worth. She leaned into all of the positive thoughts about herself, and she created that. And a lot of us look at that and go, that's what I want. But you can have it. You can definitely have it. You can definitely start shifting into a better place if you need to. Start practicing self-compassion today. I know there's self-love. I think self-compassion is even going deeper. It's not just going, oh, take a bath if it'll make you feel better. Self-compassion is about totally knowing that you need to be in love with you. You need to be your best friend, right? You honor yourself. You're grateful for you and for everything you have. There are days I'm just grateful I'm alive. And that's not silly. That's actually a good thought to have, right? Be grateful for all of the wonderful things that you have in your life and write them down or whatever you need to do. But be gentle to you, love and respect you, and show yourself kindness every day. And that goes a long way in creating better thoughts around your body image. I just want to point out a couple of things. Not all of us know we have a negative body image. We just have certain behaviors that we've kind of gotten used to. And as I shared, I did not realize that I had a negative body image. You do if you make comments about every picture of yourself. You do if when pictures are taken, you're one of those people that runs around and all you can see is their little head in the back because they don't want you to notice them and they don't want you to pay attention to them. They're not comfortable in their own skin. The other thing is you think you have no control over your body. You think your body owns you. You're always on a diet or you're always thinking about going on a diet. And how you feel that day depends on how you look. You place an enormous amount of value on that. So just remember what you focus on is what you become. And if you focus on the negative things and you focus on the things that are unproductive, that's where your mind is going to go. Okay, so maybe that's you, maybe that's not you. But be aware, if you're having some of these negative thoughts, it's probably because you need an adjustment. Listen, if you dislike your body, you are going to make poor choices. You will not make the best choices when it comes to food and when it comes to exercise and even when it comes to relationships and even career. You can go into all of these different parts of your life and already feel defeated. That's not good. You don't want that. Once you decide to make that shift, all right, I'm going to decide to love my body. All right, I'm just going to go into neutral, or I'm going to stop obsessing about my weight, my this, my that. Your life will change significantly. And I know this because it happened to me. Body image is very key in how you move forward in life and how you want to be seen or how you don't want to be seen. And you don't want to be one of those people that doesn't want to be seen because it leads to unhappiness and depression. Once you get to this place of shifting into one of those three things, like a car, you will make better decisions. You will care more about your health. Instead of having that big bowl of ice cream at night, you might go, I think I'm going to pass. You'll exercise to feel good, not because you have to, not because it's a horrible thing, but you'll go, no, this is part of what I want for me and for my life. You'll be really, really thrilled to see the changes in your life. When you are kind and loving to yourself, you have the ability to be kinder and more loving to other people. And people are drawn to people that feel that way, right? We don't want to be around people that are just complaining all the time. It's kind of a drag, and it drags on us. The other thing that's really interesting about this, this is important. It can change your love life, and you can have much better sex. You don't want someone's hands all over you if you hate your body. You're like, oh, don't touch me. Oh, don't touch my belly. Come on. That's no fun. So that is definitely something that can change. Who doesn't want that? right? We all want that. The biggest win for all of this at the end of the day is you'll feel more confident. You'll feel more secure in who you are. And you'll have a much better, healthier self-esteem. Who doesn't want that? So that's why we're having this conversation. And that's why we're having the challenge. So one of the things we're going to do is we're going to practice a daily affirmation. Again, when you take on the power to create more positive thoughts, it will change everything for you. What we focus on can become a reality. All right, so I hope you're with me on this challenge. I hope you're going to stay with me for 30 days. I would love, love, love for you to be here and go through this with me. I can't tell you the difference it will make in your life when you have this change. So today's affirmation, I'd like for you to repeat 10 times. Or the other option is you can, if you have a journal or if you want to start a journal about this 30-day challenge, you can write it down. It's really, really good to write it down. I like to write everything down, but you do whatever is good for you. The affirmation is, I am perfect and complete just the way I am. I am perfect and complete just the way I am. We are wrapping this up today, and we will start again tomorrow. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, love the video if you love it, comment below, and let me know how you feel about this challenge. I am so excited. I cannot tell you the difference that this can make in your life. So, midlife babe, I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.